Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all of the students. I hope all of you are doing good. Jazakallahu khairan. Today we are going to be starting off from the second chapter. Alhamdulillah, we have finished the first chapter. We're going to be starting off from the second one. In brief, the first chapter we had done was basically on التعارف والتحيات. التعارف والتحيات was introduction and greetings. We had done a couple of vocabs. We had done a couple of expressions, a dialogue. I had explained how to identify a feminine noun, and it was done by looking at the alphabet, ta marbuta. This alphabet is called a ta marbuta. Okay, written like this, a circle with two dots at the end. Now, any noun that is, for example, tabib, muallim, talib, sadiq, if I were to add a ta marbut at the end, it would become a female teacher. Muallim is a teacher. A muallima would become a female teacher. Tabib is a doctor. Tabiba would become a female doctor. Moving forward, just a moment. Talib is a student. Taliba would become female student. Sadiq is a friend. Sadiqa would become a female friend. Moving forward, we have over here some pronouns. Over here in the pronouns, we said ضمائر المنفصلة, unattached pronouns. The word ضمائر means pronouns. منفصلة would be unattached. We had three categories: متكلم, مخاطب, and غائب. متكلم is the speaker. مخاطب is the one who's being addressed. غائب is absent. Then we had an exercise on the left side of the page. Students were requested to complete it. I had given a simple trick, an easy trick to identify dual nouns. If ever you have alif and noon at the end of a noun, then that noun is going to be dual. For example, kitab is a book. But if I want to say two books, all I would do is kitabani. That's it. You see what I did? I added alif and noon. Rassam is a painter. Rassaman would be painters. Any noun, rather some nouns, if I add waw and noon at the end, it would become the plural. For example, we had the word muallim. If I were to say muallimuna, it would become the plural form. So Muslim, muslimuna, waw and noon. Some of the nouns have that. Some nouns, we cannot do that. And we call them irregular nouns. And for feminine nouns, same rule. Add an alif and noon at the end, make it dual. Alif and ta at the end of the noun to make it plural. And that's it. Then we had a dialogue here. And then we had some sentences. And in these sentences, we had studied something interesting. And that was a root word. If the students are having questions, kindly write it on the chat. Mrs. Javeria would answer them. And if you still have questions, then raise your hands. Now, we studied something that was a root word. Root word points towards two things. Instead of asking questions right now, everybody, focus on what I'm teaching right now. This is going to be more beneficial. Save the questions for later. Because while you are, stuck on the question that you have, you're missing out what I'm teaching, basically, rather what I'm revising. So focus on what I'm teaching and revising right now, and hold on the question that you have. You can ask that question at the end as well. So this way you won't be missing on what I'm teaching. So root word, everybody, points towards two things. Number one, it is always going to point towards the pronoun he, and it is going to be in the past tense. For example, we have a verb, and that verb would be, let's say, shariba. Shariba. Shariba would mean he drank. It would be he drank. This is a root word. What do we see? The two categories of a root word is he, like this one here, and it is drank. Not drinking, not drink. It is drank, just like here. So it's in the past and it's pointing towards the pronoun he. Clear, everyone? One more example, so there's no confusion. We have, let's say, ذهب. ذهب would mean he went. ذهب would mean he went. Now, if I were to write he went, we notice that it is having a he, which is here, and it is having the past tense, which is the second category of a root word. So these are root words, everybody. Now, questions students would say, sir, how would I say she? How would I say I? We're going to study this in the future. Okay, everyone? Now, let me teach you as well something more interesting that's going to grab your attention, and that is, now we have, let's say, ذهب, right? Let's write down ذهب as it is. And let's write down shariba as well. Remember, shariba is he drank, and ذهب is he went. But what if I were to say I went and I drank? All you have to do is add the alphabet ta with a dhamma on top. Add the alphabet ta with a dhamma on top. This would make it, now remember everybody, Arabic is a little bit like algebra. You have equations, you just add them together and you get you get the answer. So ذهب would become ذهب, excuse me, ذهب to. Shariba would become sharib to, which means I drank. Dhahabtu would mean I went. Akala is the root word over here on the left side of the screen. We have the third sentence which says akaltu battiha. Akala is the root word. Adding the alphabet with a dhamma on top of it would mean akaltu. In the Quran, you must have heard khalaqa. Khalaqa is a, khalaqa would mean he created. Allah created khalaqa. But if I were to say khalaqtu, it would mean I created. So Allah says khalaqtul jinna wal insana. I created jinn and man. So you see how this works? Adding an alphabet ta with a dhamma at the end of any root word makes it I did it. So let's zoom in a little bit and look at the examples that the writer has given us. So we have over here fataha. Okay. Fataha Ahmad al-Bab. Now let's assume for a moment that we have no picture here. We don't have Ahmad here. Instead, if I were to say Fatahtu al-Bab, it would mean I opened the door. Ana Fatahtu al-Bab. Let's assume this is Ishtara. Instead of saying Ishtara, I would say Ishtaraytu. I bought. This is Sabaha, he swam. But if I were to say Sabahtu, I swam. This is Sharibat. If I were to say Sharibtu, I drank. Interesting topic, everybody. Also, we studied another thing, that whenever there is a root word and after the root word you have a noun, and that noun has a dhamma on top of it, then that means that this noun is the doer of the action. Now, what is the meaning of a doer? I tell you, the teacher is teaching the students. Now, I'll ask you again, who is the one teaching the students? You would say the teacher. The mother is cooking food. Who is the one cooking food? You would say the mother. The child is eating an apple. Who's eating the apple or an apple? The child. So what do we see here, everybody? That all of these sentences have a doer. The mother, the child, the teacher. So this is called a doer. The one who is doing the action, we call that noun a doer. Over here, if you notice, Fataha Ahmadu. Ahmadu is the noun that came after a verb, and Ahmadu has what? A dhamma on top of it. Here we have Ishtara Basimun. Ishtara is a verb, and then after that you have a noun, and that noun has a dhamma on top. So this noun is the doer. Here we have Sabaha Bilalun. Sabaha is he swam. Bilal would be the doer. Clear, everyone? Clear. Now, we're going to be looking into this in more detail throughout the book, inshallah. Okay? We have 3 classes for now on a weekly basis. Our objective is to complete 13 chapters in Ramadan, okay, of book 1. This is our objective. Just in case, if I feel that we're not able to finish it on time, we're going to make the 3 classes into 4 classes gradually. So I don't want you guys to worry about it. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, first chapter has been done. There is a workbook of it as well. We will address the workbook later. Now, let me see. Mrs. Javedi, does anybody have any questions related to the topic or relevant to the topic? Many of the students have sound issues, audios. Please, your microphones, fix it. Go to the settings and do it accordingly. Perfect. No questions. Okay. Okay. I've gotten your message. Now, al-buldan wal-lughat. Al-buldan, everybody, would be countries. Al-lughat would be languages. Al-buldan wal-lughat, countries and languages. Now we have kalimatud dars. What is the meaning of kalimatud dars? Kalimatud dars would mean words of the chapter. Kalimat is rather the word kali. Okay, so let me give you the singular form of it as well. Kalima is a word. Kalimat, on the other side, are words. If you would have noticed at the start, I had said any noun, feminine noun that has an alif and ta at the end is the plural form. Okay, so kalimat would be words. Now, everybody, the first word we have over here is ma'had. Ma'had would be an institute. Ma'had would be an institute. Ma'had would be an institute. Atakallamu, I speak, or I am speaking. You can write I speak or I am speaking. The next word we have over here is lugha. Lugha would mean language. Lugha would mean language. Qaleel would mean little or less. Little or less. Then we have the word faqat. Faqat would be only. Faqat would be only. Now, if I were to ask you, can you read this word? And many of the, rather majority of the students would read it as ukhri, which is incorrect. Why? Because this is not a ya, it doesn't have 2 dots over here. Instead, this is ukhra. You would read it as ukhra. This is pronounced like an alif. Then we have balad. Balad is a country. Balad is a country. Then we have the word jinsiyah. Jinsiyah. Country. Sorry, excuse me. Nationality. Balad was country. Jinsiyah is nationality. Jinsiyah, nationality. Then we have an easy word over here. Qalam. Qalam is a pen. Now, an interesting point that is coming over here, everybody. The point that I just explained a few moments ago. The point is, that point is, we said whenever we add the alphabet ta with a dhamma on top at the end of a root word, it means that it is pointing towards me in the past. So here we have darastu. Now let's break darastu. Let's remove the ta at the end and write it down like this. Darasa. Darasa, everybody, would mean he studied. Darastu would mean I studied. So you see what's happening. Darasa is a root word and it is pointing towards the pronoun he and it's in the past tense. But if I were to add the alphabet ta with a dhamma on top of it, it would mean I studied. Then we have shariba. What was shariba, everybody? Shariba was he drank. Now, if I add a ta at the end with a dhamma, like given over here, it would mean sharib tu, which is I drank. Good. Now we have ghurfa. Ghurfa, everybody, would be a noun. Ghurfa would be a noun. Students who are still having audio issues, kindly go to Zoom Live and join from there. Mr. Javedi, write that in the group, please. Ghurfa would be a room. Mat'am would be restaurant. Mat'am would be restaurant. Kabir would be big. Kabir would be big. Musafir would be a easy word, traveler. Musafir would be traveler. Mut'ab, on the other side, would be tired. Mut'ab would be tired. Medina would be city. Medina would be city. Qadim would be old. Qadim would be old. Kursi, chair. Kursi would be chair. Now, A quick recap, everybody. We have معهد, institute, أتكلم, I speak, لغة, language, قليل, little or less, فقط, only, أخرى, other, بلد, country, جنسية, nationality, قلم, pen, درست, I studied, شربت, I drank, غرفة, room, مطعم, restaurant, كبير, big, مسافر, traveler, متعب, tired, مدينة, city, قديم, old, and kursi would be chair. These were the vocabs. Now we have expressions. In the expressions, we have من أين أنت? Where are you from? من أين أنت would be where are you from? من أين أنت would be where are you from? Okay. Now we're going to play the audio, everybody. Now listen carefully. We're going to play it twice. The objective here is to listen to it very well.
أهلا بكم.
Now,
استمع واقرأ. أهلا بكم في المعهد. أنا رشيد معلم اللغة العربية.
أهلا بك يا أستاذ.
أنا براين من أمريكا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية والفرنسية وقليلا من العربية.
أنا زرينة من بريطانيا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية والفارسية والهندية.
أنا مايكل من كندا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية فقط.
أنا ماريا من إسبانيا. أتكلم اللغة الإسبانية والإنجليزية وقليلا من الإيطالية.
أهلا بكم جميعا.
now, once again, everybody, listen carefully. If you have the papers printed out, as I had requested you all to, kindly underline the words that you didn't understand the meaning of.
استمع واقرأ. أهلا بكم في المعهد. أنا رشيد معلم اللغة العربية.
أهلا بك يا أستاذ.
أنا براين من أمريكا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية والفرنسية وقليلا من العربية.
أنا زرينة من بريطانيا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية والفارسية والهندية.
أنا مايكل من كندا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية فقط.
أنا ماريا من إسبانيا. أتكلم اللغة الإسبانية والإنجليزية وقليلا من الإيطالية.
أهلا بكم جميعا.
Now, we have the sentences أهلا بكم في المعهد. Now, everybody, as mentioned before in the vocabs, we have معهد. معهد is institute. أهلا بكم, welcome to you all, or hello to you all in the institute. أنا رشيد, I am رشيد. معلم اللغة العربية. معلم is a teacher. اللغة العربية is the Arabic language. So we've studied the word معلم in the previous chapter. لغة, we just studied it. And عربية is Arabic. So I am Rashid, the Arabic teacher. أهلا بك يا أستاذ. Who says this? طلاب. طلاب would mean students. Welcome or hello to you, O teacher. So معلم and أستاذ, both of these words are synonyms. Brian says, أنا براين من أمريكا. I am Brian from America. أتكلم, mentioned in the vocabs, I speak. اللغة الإنجليزية, the English language. والفرنسية, and French. وقليلا, mentioned in the vocabs, which is a little. وقليلا من العربية, and a little of Arabic. Zarina says, أنا زرينة من بريطانيا. I'm Zarina. I am Zarina from Britain. أنا زرينة من بريطانيا. I am Zarina from Britain. أتكلم, I speak. اللغة الإنجليزية, the English language. and الفارسية, and Persian. والهندية, and Hindi. Now, what I want to request the students is that when you're making notes, do not write every single word I'm saying. Because, for example, you don't have to write atakallamu because you've already written that in the vocabs. You don't have to write, let's say, qalil, it's already then the vocab. Just write down the words that you don't know. Okay? Because if you write down the whole sentence, you're going to fall back and you won't be able to move with me. And then everything is going to get confusing and then you're going to get stuck. So only the words that you don't know, write those words down. And of course, the recording is going to be there so you can watch the recording again. Now, going back to where we had stopped. Now, Michael. أنا مايكل من كندا. I'm Michael from Canada. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية فقط. I speak the English language only. Again, فقط was in the vocabs. أنا ماريا من إسبانيا. I am Maria from Spain. أتكلم اللغة الإسبانية. I speak the Spanish language. والإنجليزية, and English. وقليلا من الإيطالية, and a little of Italian. Ustad replies, أهلا بكم جميعا. Hello to you all. Yeah, hello to you all. جميعا basically means to you all. Bikum also means to you all. So yeah, hello to you all. Now, moving forward, everybody, let's listen to the audio once more and move forward.
استمع واقرأ. أهلا بكم في المعهد. أنا رشيد معلم اللغة العربية.
أهلا بك يا أستاذ.
أنا براين من أمريكا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية والفرنسية وقليلا من العربية.
أنا زرينة من بريطانيا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية والفارسية والهندية.
أنا مايكل من كندا. أتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية فقط.
أنا ماريا من إسبانيا. أتكلم اللغة الإسبانية والإنجليزية وقليلا من الإيطالية.
أهلا بكم جميعا.
Now, we've been going on for a while. Let's see if anybody has any questions, because we're going to get into a very interesting topic now. So please make sure that your questions are relevant to the topic only and nothing else. Go ahead, Annie.
Yeah, so my question is the way that we add like ha ta marbuta at at the end, that and it sounds like it says that it's a female. Similarly, that like the language has like Arabiya and Faransiya. So does this ya and ha, like does it also mean anything?
Well, what a coincidence. Our next topic is that. I'll address it on.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Next student would be Tabassum. Please go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. If I see the first sentence, Ahlan bikum fil mahal, as the Ustad is telling this, right? Means welcome to you all.
Yes.
Now,
Hello.
Atulab, if you see at Atulab, it's Ahlan bika ya Ustad. So bikum and bika means, is there a singular, plural, something?
Exactly. So when I say Ahlan bikum, I'm addressing, rather the teacher is addressing the students that are there. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 4 students, and of course there are more students. So the teacher is saying Ahlan bikum. But when the students are replying, since there's just one teacher, they say Ahlan bika, just like you say Kefa haluka. Okay. Okay. Siham, please go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum salam.
Sir, I wanted to ask, in the vocabulary, there were 2 words, darastu, sharabtu, and ukhra. I'm just confused. Can you explain me these words again? Ukhra?
Okay,
You said
is...
ukhri, it is ukhra.
Oh, you want that rule? Okay, easy. Whenever you have a ya like this, you read it as an alif, ukhra, because this doesn't have dots, so there's no reason for you to read it like ukhri. Second thing, darasa by itself means he studied. Shariba by itself means he drank. These 2 are root words. But when I add the alphabet ta with the dhamma, it means it's pointing towards me, as in I am the doer now. Darastu, I drank. Sharibtu, Darastu, I studied. Sharibtu, I drank. Balad, somebody asked Balad this country. Okay, I guess we can. Okay, there's one more student, and this is the last question. And then we continue. Go ahead, Ismail. Unmute yourself.
Assalamu
alaikum.
About this example, about this darastu or sharabtu, some teacher I heard they say sharabti or
yeah, we're gonna study that as well. So this is for I, right? There's for you masculine, there's for you female, there's for he, there's for she, and the list goes on basically. For now, we're just studying I.
Okay. Because I heard this, even I am a female, they say as long as I say this is me, is for me, it means yeah at the end.
True. That's there. We're gonna address that inshallah with time.
Okay.
Okay. I'm assuming that one. Go ahead quickly, Shayan Siddiqui.
Sir, for like example in atakallam, if we make it atakallam too, will it be I?
No, that's incorrect, like because atakallam is present tense. Excuse me, I'm cutting it. Atakallamu is present tense, and the one that you're saying is past tense. The alphabet ta with a dhamma is only and only added at the end of a root word, and the root word is in the past tense. Atakallamu, my friend, is present tense. So the ta with a dhamma cannot be added at the end of a present tense. Sir, how am I supposed to recognize what is a present tense and what is a past tense, and what is a root word, and so many things? We're going to address them gradually. Okay? We're going to learn that. For now, in mind, tu at the end of a root word is pointing towards me in the past tense. And atakallamu is I speak. Because I'm going to address all of them gradually. We're going to learn them, don't worry. Now, moving forward, everybody. Or somebody's asked the word ukhra maybe 7 times now. Okay. Moving forward. How do I announce the nationality of a person? What do I mean announce the nationality of a person? I mean, how do I say that that person is an Indian, is an American, is a Canadian, is an Indonesian, is a Malaysian, and so on and so forth? How do I say that? We have a couple of rules that we have to keep in mind. Number 1, you write down the country, balad. You write down rajul, which is a man. You write down imra'ah, which is a woman. Now, if I have the country Brazil and Al-Hind, and I want to say that that man is a Brazilian, all I do is write down Brazil as it is and add a ya with a shadda. I say Braziliyun, Hind, Hindiyun, Pakistan, Pakistaniyun, America, Amerikiyun, Britannia, Britaniyun, which is Britain, Canada, Canadiyun, and so on and so forth. And this is for what, everyone? This is for masculine. But what about if I'm addressing a lady? Or if I'm a lady who's saying for herself or for myself that I'm a female lady from Brazil. Again, I write down the country's name as it is. Listen to me carefully, everybody. Leave the chats. Write down the alphabet here. And then add the ta marbuta. So, Braziliyun was for masculine. Braziliyatun or Braziliya would be for a female. Hind, Hindiyatun or Hindiya. Why am I saying Hindiyatun and Hindiya? Well, the reason is because the last alphabet sign is not read. Even when you read the Quran, you do not read the last alphabet sign. So that's how you announce the nationality of a person. For example, we have over here, Ana Misriyun. Misr. Now you have a picture here. And it's of the pyramids, naturally. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to say, I am an Egyptian. Now, the writer has only chosen masculine version of it, but we can, choose the feminine version of it as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to raise your hands for the students who know the answers. So what's the first place is France. Okay. So what I want the students to do is I want them to say, I am French. Aisha, iPhone, go ahead. What's the answer? I am French.
أنا فرنسية.
Excellent. And that is for female. But what if I wanted to say it for a female? How would I say that? Sorry, if that was for a female, how would I say it for a male?
أنا فرنسي.
Good job. أنا فرنسي. Muhammad. Go for the second one. This is India. I want you to say, I am an Indian.
أنا هندي for male and for female أنا هندية.
Okay, good job. Saida Rumana. Please unmute yourself. Go ahead. America rather.
أنا أمريكي. أنا أمريكية.
Excellent. Perfectly done. Good job. Allahumma barik. Everybody's doing good. The next one is going to be Italia. Italia is Italy. So, Sadia, please go ahead and tell me, I am Italian. Anna?
Assalamu alaikum. Ana Italiano.
Italiano is incorrect. Italiano would be, no, that would be in another line. It would be Ana Italiyun.
Ana Italian.
Good job. But if I were to say for a lady, I would say أنا إيطالية or إيطالية.
Okay. أنا إيطالية. أنا إيطالية.
Excellent. Okay. Moving forward. Where is Annie? There was a student, Annie, had questions. Annie, raise your hand. Go ahead, Annie. Tell me the next answer. We have Britain. I want you to say, I'm Britain. Oh, sorry, I'm British for a male and a female.
أنا بريطاني.
Good.
أنا بريطانية.
Excellent. أنا بريطاني and أنا بريطانية. Excellent job. Push. Don't push. Abid Sharif. Go ahead, Abid. Sin. Sin is China. I want you to say, I'm Chinese. I'm sorry, who did I ask? I forgot. I even unmuted him. I think it was a male student. Okay, nobody is there. Ismail, go ahead, please. Ismail Ojmer. Sin.
أنا صيني.
Good job.
أنا صينية.
Excellent. أنا صيني and أنا صينية. Perfectly done. Tufan, is that it? Tufan, go ahead, please. Turkey, Turkiya.
أنا تركي for male, أنا تركية for female.
Excellent job. Now, let's see who's going to be the last one. Shazia, go ahead. Urdun, Jordan.
أنا أردي for male.
أنا أردني.
أنا أردي for male. أنا أردية means
أردنية.
for female.
Okay.
أردني.
Excellent. أردني. Okay. أنا أردني for male. أنا أردنية. Now, of course, this can be read as like this as well. أنا فرنسي or أنا فرنسي. أنا هندي or أنا هندي. أنا أمريكي أنا أمريكي or أنا فرنسية or أنا فرنسية. أنا هندية أنا هندية. أنا أمريكية أنا أمريكية. And that's it. Some of the students didn't get a chance. We'll address those students now. So this was when announcing the nationality of a person. Now, what about if I were to address the language? Now, look at this carefully, everybody. Interesting topic. Here we have أنا صيني. I'm Chinese. Yeah. وأتكلم, we said, was I speak. اللغة was language. الصينية, Chinese. Now, why is the noun صينية feminine? Because the word لغة is feminine. Hence, the word لغة is feminine. The language that we're speaking about is also going to be feminine in gender. And this rule is for all of the languages that exist. So, once again, everybody, I'm Chinese. I speak the Chinese language. The language, the noun language, is feminine in gender. Hence, the language itself is also going to be feminine in gender. Hope that makes sense. Now, in order to practice this, there's one student kept raising her hand. Where is she? Mrs. Tabassum. She's not here. Okay, here we go. Mrs. Tabassum, go ahead. I want you to do the first one. أنا عربي وأتكلم اللغة
عربية.
Excellent. Or since it's the end.
عربية.
Exactly. Now listen to this rule carefully, everybody. Since this is the end of the sentence, we do not read this sign. أنا عربي وأتكلم اللغة العربية. Or أنا عربي. Why? Because we're stopping here. وأتكلم اللغة العربية. So that's the difference if somebody were to ask. Now, let's see who hadn't. Faizan, please go ahead. Where's, oh, just a moment. Yes, go for the second one on the left side, Faizan.
Yes.
Please go ahead, Ana Turki.
أنا إيطالي وأتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية.
Oh, let me give you a trick. Let me give you a trick. The trick is add ta marbuta here. That's it. So read it again, please.
أنا إيطالي وأتكلم اللغة الإنجليزية.
أنا إيطالي وأتكلم اللغة الإيطالية.
إيطالية. Thanks.
Exactly. أنا إيطالي وأتكلم اللغة الإيطالية. Sadia, go ahead for the next one. Students, I want you to hold up. I want you to keep in mind, students, that whenever you raise your hands, make sure that you have a silent mute background so it's not an inconvenience for the other students who listen to it. Annie, go ahead, please. Tell me the third one.
It's أنا ياباني وأتكلم اللغة اليابانية.
Excellent job. I am Japanese. I speak the Japanese language. Zumaira. Okay, go ahead, Mrs. Zumaira, please.
أنا تركي وأتكلم اللغة التركية.
Excellent, perfectly done. Muhammad. So we have a lot of female students. Where are the male students?
أنا فرنسي
Yes, go on.
أنا فرنسي وأتكلم اللغة الفرنسية.
Excellent, perfectly done. Good job. Let's see if I have Aruba female, Aisha female, so far. Abid Sharif. Go ahead. Last one. Unmute yourself. Oh, he didn't raise his hand. Mr. Ismail, go ahead.
حياك الله يا شيخ. أنا روسي وأتكلم باللغة الروسية.
Excellent. وأتكلم اللغة الروسية.
كتب الله أجرك.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah, everybody did well. Allahumma barak. So this concept seems to be clear. Unless somebody has a question, raise your hands now because we're going to move forward. Go ahead, Annie. Question.
So for the last person who said it won't be Rusiya, right?
It would be Ana Rusiya, right? But why?
Because it's female?
What is female? The noun you mean?
Yes, it's Rusiya. Rusiya is for female, right?
It is, because so we had the word lugha as a feminine noun, and Rusiya is a feminine noun too. Lugha, feminine noun. Franciya, Franciya, feminine noun. All of these nouns are feminine.
And I meant to say the last person who said the sentence was a male. So what would it be if a male says?
Even if it's a male person who's saying it, doesn't matter. Why? Because what matters here is the word that we have in here is a feminine noun. It doesn't point back to a male person. Rather, it points to this noun. Okay. Good question. Thank you for bringing that up. Keep this in mind. Whenever we are pointing, even if it's a male or a female, it points towards the noun that is being addressed. And the noun here is lugha, which is feminine. Hence, this is going to be feminine. Just like in the first chapter, we had studied, just a moment, where was it? Here we go. The noun was al-maktaba. Al-maktaba means library, and it's a feminine noun. The adjective of it is also going to be feminine. Be it a guy who's saying it, be a female who's saying it, doesn't matter. What's important is the noun that's being addressed. If it's feminine, then the adjective is feminine. Tricky, interesting, and good. Okay. Sayyida Rumana, go ahead. Last question, and then we move forward. What's the question?
I just wanted to reconfirm, when we're talking about nationality, we do not add alif lam before it, right? But we're talking about it as an adjective, like in Arabic language, we add al behind it.
You mean the adjective? Or you know what?
Yes, so
give me an example So I explain it with that example, please.
Yeah, like for example, if I want to say
your voice got cut, I guess. Your voice, you got disconnected. Type. You know what? Write that sentence in the chat and I'll address it accordingly. Moving forward, everybody, we have a couple of sentence words over here. What are these words? Mindil would be a tissue paper. Mindil would be a tissue paper. And the other word that is there is a handkerchief. Okay. Sullam is a ladder. Sullam is a ladder. Qamar is moon. Qadam is a foot. Amil is a worker. Jamal is a camel. Haram, not haram, rather haram. The sound ha comes from the chest, everybody, not from the throat. Ha, haram. This is a pyramid. Not Masjidul Haram. That is something and this is something. That is ha and this is ha. Qalam is a pencil or a pen. Now coming to the interesting topic, everybody. And these are the sentences. If anybody has any word, missed any word, they can go through the chat. I mean, write it on the chat and we'll address it. We have over here
أكلت السمك.
أكلت السمك. Now remember, everybody, أكل was he ate. The meaning of akala was he ate. This was the root word. Akala means he ate. We write it down like this. Akala, he ate. Okay. But then I said, everybody, whenever we add the alphabet ta with a dhamma on top of it, it means that I am the doer of the action. So I ate. What did I eat? As-samak. I ate the fish. I ate the fish. Now we have
القلم في الحقيبة.
Al-qalamu would be the pen. Now remember, we had mentioned in the previous class, whenever you have an al at the start of a word, that word, rather, it would mean the. Al would mean the. Al-qalamu, the pen. Fi is in. Al-haqiba, the bag. Haqiba is bag. So the pen is in the bag.
هذه ملعقة.
هذه ملعقة. This is a spoon. This is a spoon. ملعقة is spoon. Now we have درست في المعهد. Now we said initially that the root word darasa, what is the meaning of darasa? Can somebody write it on the chat? Rather, whoever knows the answer, write it in the chat. Just darasa. I need darasa only. Okay. Study. He studied. I studied. School. Darasa is not school. No, everybody. Most of you have made mistakes. Why? Because you have written study. And I had mentioned that a root word is in the past tense. And somebody has written study just like that. it should be he studied. This is the root word, the meaning of the root word. Do not forget to add he. He studied. So yeah, darasa is actually he studied, not learn, not university, not lesson. Okay, now darastu, adding the alphabet ta with a dhamma on top would make it I studied. So darastu is I studied in the institute. So I studied in the institute. Perfect.
شربت ماء.
Shariba is the root word. Write down the meaning of shariba, please, in the chat. What is the meaning of shariba? Now, sharibtu, shariba. Drank. Somebody wrote drank. Drank is incorrect. Water, somebody's writing. He drank. Good job, everybody. He drank. Shariba is he drank. Sharibtu is I drank. Adding the ta with the dhamma would be I drank. What did I drink? I drank water. Alma. Ma.
هذه غرفة جميلة.
هذه غرفة جميلة. This is a beautiful room. Now notice, noun is feminine. The adjective is also going to be feminine. Jamila means beautiful. Ghurfa is room. So this is a beautiful room. Also, keep in mind, everybody, you see what's happening here. Darastu, I studied. Sharibtu, I studied. What's in the picture? There's a man here and there's a female here. What does this mean? That the alphabet ta with a dhamma at the end can be a male or a female. Doesn't matter. Okay, so darastu, a lady can say it. Darastu, a man can say it. It would mean the same thing. I studied.
نظرت إلى السماء.
نظرت إلى السماء. I looked. نظر is he looked. نظرت is I looked. نظرت إلى السماء. He looked towards the sky. إلى means to, or towards. السماء would be sky.
المطعم كبير.
المطعم كبير. The restaurant. كبير is big. Notice that this noun is a masculine noun. Hence we have كبير as a masculine noun as well. But if I were to say a feminine noun, then this, like al-maktabatu, then this would become kabiratun. So the noun should match, rather the adjective should match the noun in its gender.
أنا مدرس جديد.
أنا مدرس. I am a teacher. جديد. I am a new teacher. جديد is the adjective and this is the noun. The gender of this adjective is based on the noun that is before it. Moving forward.
المسافر متعب.
المسافر متعب. The traveler is tired. Now in the chat, rather raise your hands if only and only if you know the answer. The female traveler is tired. First one to raise the hand gets the chance. Annie, raise her hand first. Go ahead, Annie. The female traveler is tired.
المسافرات متعبة.
Good job, but there's a mistake. What's the mistake? You said al-musafiratun. Now remember something, and this is a very important rule. Al and tanween can never exist together. When you have al, the noun becomes into a single dhamma. So you would say al-musafiratu mut'abah. Okay, everybody. Al and tanween can never exist together in the same word. Moving forward, al-musafiru mut'ab here, the traveler is tired. دمشق مدينة قديمة. Damascus is an old city. Noun, adjective. Damascus is an old city. هذا
الكرسي مريح.
مريح. هذا الكرسي مريح. This chair is comfortable. This chair is comfortable. Now, Medina, everybody. So there's a point that I'll mention as well. The noun Medina means city. Also, it means Madinatul Munawwara. Medina, which is in Medina, basically, in Saudi, excuse me. So yeah, this would give you two meanings. But the general meaning of the word Medina would be a city. So that's it. That's it for today, everybody. What I'll do now is I'll address the workbook for chapter number 2, which you all would be required to do. Just a moment. Here we have Tahmeel, loading. Ana Aliyun min Oman. What you need to do is, Oman is Oman, by the way. So you need to say, I am an Omani, basically. Ana Muhammad min Lubnan. You have to say, I'm Lebanese, and so on and so forth with the exercise here. You have to choose the right answer from the bracket over here. Ana talibun, blank space, Turkiyatun or Turkiyun. What is the right answer? You'll have to do that as the homework. Over here, you have to write down the words from the bracket on the top and fill in the blanks. Here you have to join the words and write them in its joint form. Baladal is going to be balad, and you have to write it down like this. Exercises that have headphones, leave them. No need to do them. Here, match the following, whatever you see here, and here, click on the answers that is correct. Akaltu al-kitab, I ate the book. Akaltu al-bahr, I ate the sea. Akaltu al-khubz, I ate the bread. Naturally, khubz, right? Okay. So this is how you do this, everybody. Now, does anybody have any questions? Please raise your hands. Please make it relevant to the topic because we've passed 4 minutes of the class time. Some people are working. And the people who have to go, they can leave. The question and answers at the end, you can watch them online, inshallah. Faizan, go ahead, please. Question, what's your question? No? Okay, Faizan is gone now. In the chat, we should know whether we are right or not. Well, okay, the textbook would be shared, inshallah. All of the chapters would be shared all together. And it would be the workbooks are going to be inside it, so you can print it out all together. Yes, you're going to get the workbook page. It is in it's at the end of the textbook itself. Damascus, Dimashq means Damascus. Uthman, go ahead. Your question. Unmute yourself.
Sir, Safara is travel.
I'm sorry. Come again.
Safara travel.
Okay.
Why Mustafir? Is it not plural, sir? Because Safir is taksir, Mustafir. But the picture is only one man.
Okay, so the noun that you're talking about is Safara. Safara would be he traveled. But on the other side, al-musafiru is a noun. This is a verb. This is a noun. So these are two different things. We're going to address this topic of noun and verb in the future. Okay, hope that answered the question. Siham, go ahead.
Sir, in the last lecture, you gave the exercise. I couldn't understand the last topic of the exercise, how to solve it.
Do you mean this one on the left side?
The previous one. This Barad, Barid, I did not understand.
You don't have to do it. The headphones one, you leave it. Any exercise that has a headphone, leave it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.
Okay. Ismail, go ahead.
About the Balad and Medina. The Medina is city, right?
Medina is a city, Balad is a country.
I thought, can we use also Balad as a city?
Well, sometimes they do, but the general meaning of Balad is a country.
Okay.
Okay. Our next topic for next class, everybody, is going to be as-safar, the travel. Interesting topic, interesting audio. Hope to see you all there. Or can you send English translation of Arabic words in the group? Nope. I'm not going to do that because you have to do that. You have to write down the English translations of the words. You have to make notes. You have to work. Everything is not going to be given to you on a plate. You have to take a glass, take a spoon and put it on the plate. I'm just going to guide you how to do it. We understood very well. Thank you, Mrs. Tabassum. I hope there are no questions. And if there are, please let me know. We're closing in 5 seconds. Yeah. Jazakallah khairan, everybody. Class was wonderful. Everybody was active. I request the students who are there to participate as well. And yeah, Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum. I always repeat more times because it's hard to master words so quick. Well, yeah, that's true. We understood very well. Jazakallah khairan. Okay, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Fi amanillah. Do make dua for me at iftar, yeah?